Hello, everyone. My name is Monica, and I'm Erica's mom. And she told me I have no more than 5 minutes, but I listen to her about as much as she listens to me, so I may just go a little bit over. Anyways, I want to, first of all, thank everyone who came out here to celebrate Erica and Scott in this lovely Secret Garden location. We have people from all over, from Chicago, and a destination wedding when it's in the middle of nowhere. So, the book, The Secret Garden, is one of Erica's favorite childhood stories, so it's fitting that her wedding is here. So when Erica was born, she was welcomed by the entire family at the hospital. And she was the first baby girl after her boy cousins, Michael Christian and Joshua, were born. And shortly after she came home, her dad and I had a continuous stream of visits from relatives. And I do remember one particularly well. Her dad, Clay, was holding her next to her Uncle Alex, who was proudly holding Joshua, who was 3 months old. And as the two new dads posed for a picture together, Alex leaned over to Clay teasingly and said, "What are you going to do with a girl?" Well, let's see. At first, you lovingly dress her in pink baby clothes and tiredly sing sweet songs until she stops crying. She was and still is a crier. You admire her toughness to dance ballet, as well as play softball, sliding into base, excelling as a catcher despite the pain in her knees. You buy her endless amounts of school supplies as birthday gifts and Christmas gifts so that she can line up all of her cousins, like Olivia said, and stuffed animals, and play school for hours on end, bossing them around. You're relieved to know that she has her little brother's back when on the first day he takes the school bus and a potential bully yells out, "Who's that new kid on the bus?" And she yells back, don't mess with me or him attitude, "He's my brother." You sweat when you watch her driving away alone immediately, and I mean immediately after getting her driver's license. And then you cross your fingers behind your back when you've got to scold her and take the car away and tell her that you're not her best friend, you're her parent. And you're grateful that she makes time with her grandparents as they're grateful to spend time with her. And her grandpa, Fernando, loved to give everybody a nickname, and hers was La Gobernadora, which means the governor, because of course she was always bossy. You tear up as she goes off to college at Cal Berkeley, and as we embrace goodbye, she says, "I've been waiting to move out of the house my whole life." She thinks. You roll your eyes when she turns into a vegetarian her first year away at college at Thanksgiving, requests that we make her a tofurkey. Then you grin when she graduates from college, goes to visit her cousins in Mexico City with her Cal friends, and comes back eating meat because she cannot resist the tacos al pastor. You drive down to San Diego to see her picket and demonstrate in the streets at a National Organization of Women conference with a group of friends from Cal. And you beam with pride when she receives her master's degrees and her teaching credential and starts teaching immediately in middle school. You volunteer in her classroom and watch her in real live action with real life students and not cousins and teddy bears. You marvel at her composure and eloquence as she delivers a remembrance at her father's memorial. You wonder why, as an adult, she calls to tell you that now her favorite Disney princess is Merida from the movie Brave. Could it be because Merida places a spell on her mother and turns her into a bear? Whatever happened to the Littlest Mermaid or Belle being her favorite? But most of all, you sigh with relief when she finds her true love. So now for Scott. Ron, Teresa, Nick, Amber, and I are so happy that Scott came into Erica's life. Let's face it, we were starting to get a little worried that she would become a stereotypical, quirky, reckless, spinster English lit teacher with a cat obsession. This was particularly alarming after she started dressing up as little Edie Beale, who she became fixated with after watching the documentary Grey Gardens with her roommate Caitlin. This included an obsession with turbans and scarves, white pumps, and a monocle. I'm not sure Scott knows about that phase, but we'll move on. So, Secret Gardens to Grey Gardens, okay. Once we met Scott, we were very hopeful that he was going to be the one. And what cemented our hopes was the fact that Scott actually endured and survived that 220-mile John Muir Trail hike with Erica. That was a testament to his courage and his determination. A hike of that nature would surely bring out the best and worst in you. There's a saying that you really don't know a person until you travel with them. As Erica chronicled her trip in detail on WordPress, we learned about the challenges of the ever-pestering flies and bugs, protecting food from bears and other wildlife, snacks that got moldy, observing personal hygiene out in the nature, and feet and legs that became tenderly sore. We also saw the magnificent pictures of mountains and lakes and the rewards of the miles hiked each day. It looked to be physically demanding and spiritually satisfying. Completing that hike together and alone says volumes about your relationship and the love you have created. So, Scott, what we hope you do with this girl, our girl, is continue to be patient and kind, because that's what attracted her to you in the first place. And she must have seen the way you relate to your students. Protect and encourage her like you did on that 220-mile hike. Laugh at all her quirkiness and phases. She's now fixated again on Little Women and often asks, what would Joe do? And Queer Eye. So don't be surprised if she nominates you. Just kidding. Carry out more adventures and challenges because she will take them on with you, but do not repeat that Baja trip unless you want to give us a heart attack. And don't forget what we told you at Christmas when we gifted you Grandpa's guitar. Continue to make beautiful music together forever. Erica, I know that your dad would have been very happy to see you marry Scott, as happy as he was to do all the things that he did with you, his girl. Now it's up to Scott. So Scott, that's what you do with a girl. So please raise a glass again as we toast Scott and Erica on their new adventure as Mr. and Mrs. Corwin.